last shit you ever heard.
If you hear this, it's too late.
That was a good one.
Ricky! Oh,
that nigga didn't swerve or nothing.
Nothing.
I don't give a fuck.
Zig.
The older I got, the madder I got.
Yeah.
I said, nigga, you could have jumped a fence to the right or the left.
That's why they had a shotgun. Because he was hitting the whole alley.
Oh, he got a good spread.
It didn't matter if he went to the left or the right. Ricky was
like
gone.
Bill Burr said, he got a good spread.
Yeah.
He just ran past hella cars. I felt like he could have ducked off.
You know what I'm saying?
I felt like there was options.
Yes.
Yeah, Ricky had some options.
I'm running through a garage door if a nigga's aiming a shotgun. What are you talking about?
Honestly, it's my neighborhood. If I'm Ricky, I'm running through a house. Like, I'm Ricky. Everybody know you're in there.
Hey, you'll be alright.
Right.
Warning. The contents of this podcast are informational in nature, and neither Chaim, nor Kel, nor I, nor Random Realness is engaged in the provision of legal, tax, or any other advice. You should seek your own advice from professional advisors, including lawyers and accountants, regarding the legal, tax, and financial implications of any financial decision you contemplate. Additionally, the information shared on this podcast is not intended to be a substitution for diagnosis, treatment, or informed professional advice. You should not take any action or avoid taking any action without consulting with a qualified mental health professional.
Welcome to the show, Random Realness. I'm your host, Chaim, here with my motherfucking co-host, J. White, the fire guy. How you doing, boy?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
You know me. I'm living. Him, my other co-host, Kelly Kell.
What up, y'all?
How you
doing? Good. Still waiting on the fire camp.
Okay, yeah.
Waiting on the call.
She ain't left us yet, dog.
No.
She, you know what I'm saying?
I won't lie, though. When I get the notifications and it be like, fire here, I kind of be like, okay, yeah, let's go. But, you know, just to work.
What if the fire takes you into the school season? Do you just have a sub for a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I could leave whenever I want to leave.
She said, fuck that school, really?
No. It's the longest I'll go is 30 days at a time before coming back.
Okay.
That's no problem. Okay. Well, I'm glad to see y'all. You know, it's another special. What episode is it?
Wait, but why can't we ask you how you doing?
Oh, you know, go ahead then. I'm doing all right. All right. You know, I'm doing good. You know, been working. Honestly, getting hella frustrated.
Yeah.
At work. Nigga about the spaz, but we don't gotta go there. That's a long whole another story. But
your work stories be hella funny.
You know I don't play. But yeah, you know, just been working, getting to it, trying to beat this heat before it beats me.
It's crazy.
We keep getting lucky though with this like weather reprieves because this ain't 84 on Sunday. Mm-hmm. Like that was crazy.
Wait, is this episode 79?
I think so.
Yeah,
79,
and it's a special one.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Tell me why, young brother.
You know why.
Mr. Football.
Mr. Football.
Is it a big deal?
It's a big deal.
We got a 7-on-7 GOAT, you know what I'm saying? Coach Biggs in the building. Make some noise for Coach Biggs.
What it do?
How you doing, Coach?
Hey, man, I can't complain, man. Life is good.
Welcome to the show.
Man, I appreciate y'all inviting me on, man. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on.
No doubt.
We saw the excitement. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We said, fuck, let's talk to the boy. You got your IG popping.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Every once in a while, you know.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, man, you know, been coaching out here for a while. Well, first of all, married, 20 years, got 3 kids.
Congratulations.
All of them graduated,
Hold on. You know what I'm saying?
All of them graduated, I mean, they all have different lanes of life, but been coaching for about 25 years too, man, from adults to the kids, mixing it up now, doing more with the teenagers. But kind of just been hanging out, man. It's grown a lot, man. Since moving from the Bay Area, since from California to moving here, man. But love Idaho, man, and just been living.
How long have you been in Idaho?
About 25 years now.
25 years now?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
And your IG page.
Yes, sir.
Because like we have our page and like branding.
Yeah.
And just like your page looks really like put together well.
Okay.
Did you learn those skills on your own? Do you have somebody helping you with your page? How do you kind of put all that together?
Man, to be honest with you, man, my sons be on my head all the time. Like, Dad, you need to get off of that thing.
No, really?
Yeah, they be on me all the time. They like, man, Dad, because I just put up, to be honest with you, how the random realness. That's just kind of what I put up on my page for the kids. It's kind of like what we got going on, or like little themes or quotes or just things I'm kind of feeling. I just kind of put them on there. As far as like the team, we try to just honestly get the highlights for the kids and put out their kind of best stuff so they can kind of be highlighted on the page as well.
Yeah.
So do you got somebody that records during the games?
Man, look, I used to, but we struggle with that, man, because it costs money.
Yeah.
I'm kind of on the lower end of budgets. We don't really have one.
Right.
So
Right.
all that's got to come out of my pocket.
Okay.
You should reach out to some high schoolers. Like, ask your team if they know anybody like in one of those photography classes or something. Because there's a lot of kids in high school that are into it.
And you know what? I'll be trying to tell them to do that. Everybody they hit me with they hit me with all the people that cost money. So that when I call them, I'm like, man, you hit me to this guy and he wants to charge me, $20 or whatever for a weekend. Yeah. Which if I can do it, then I do it. Right. But you know how it is.
Yeah.
So the video, like the content that you have on there now, that's just shot based off the times that you shelled out the $200, or that's just people sending in cell phone videos or what?
Yeah, that's everything. That's from people that either the tournaments that we have, because a lot of the tournaments we have, they will shoot and they'll be kind enough to send you footage back, or they have guys there that are photographing or doing videos, and they'll send them to you randomly, like, hey, here, I just want to show you this and this. Like, cool. So whatever I get, I kind of put on there. But I have had many kids, like you said, and many people like Diego, Faisal's done some stuff. So I've had a few kids that have actually kind of stepped out and said, okay, look, just because it's you bigs, I'm going to come out there and shoot for the weekend, whatever they charge.
Mm-hmm. That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed there's a lot of new like videographers and photographers that are just really trying to get reps. You know what I'm saying? So that might be a good avenue to be like, hey, who's trying, you know what I'm saying?
I'm definitely going to try to explore them. But, I'm just about done now, man. I'm doing it for too long. The boys is gone. And, last year was kind of like, man, I didn't want to end it on that note. So I might go one more year. But I'm turning it over to some younger guys that, are a little bit more in touch with the kids, because now I done ran my distance, so communication with the kids is a little different than what it was, even 5 years ago.
Right.
Very true.
What's the name of your team?
Gas.
Gas. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And what does that stand for?
Gifted athletes succeed.
Okay. When I saw, I was thinking gas, like tough. Just smoking fools. Oh. But then in 2024, gas could be like, like smoking gas. Yeah, right. But I know it wasn't that because it's flat, or not flat, because it's like 7-on-7 is sports.
It's youth, right?
But I was just like, it hit me with so many different avenues of like, what is this?
Yeah, so that's fire. That
I
is
immediately thought, oh, gas, no break. Like
that's
crazy
what our motto is.
On them. Yeah,
well, that's what the AGMB. We got that too. But the whole meaning, the gas was just like we want to come up with something just a little different. So
that's fire.
How long have you had that team?
For 6 years now.
6 years, okay. Yeah. And so 7-on-7.
Okay.
Here's my question to you.
Talk.
If a player doesn't play 7-on-7, is that gonna hinder him when it comes to like playing on his high school team? Like, do you guys flood it into the high school? Does the coaches check with you to be like, oh, can this player really ball? Or like, what's the benefits of 7-on-7, I guess?
Okay. So the first part to the question is like a lot of these teams now, 7-on-7 is kind of evolved and so much in just this area of Boise that, man, you see all the teams are doing what they're supposed to do now. So they've got like people that are outside of the program, but they run the program for the kids. Mm-hmm. So it's like, even though, say, Eagle or say Mountain View, even though they don't necessarily have a coach, maybe there's coach in there, they've got a team of all their kids or their core kids that are playing. Okay. Which is instrumental. Does it help you with your high school team? Some high schools, unless you play for their team, then it's a hindrance. But some of them just don't care. For the kids, it's a benefit of exposure. So your greatest asset is actually doing well in class and being a baller on a football field.
Right.
Is this going to help you? Yes, it's going to help you because you're going to be out there exposed, especially if you go to great tournaments. I mean, it's just like the same thing as AAU basketball, which has been around for years. So now this is just kind of the same thing, and it's just kind of getting a lot of gusto now. So it's got a lot of wind behind it because the top-notch kids are playing. Right. And if the top-notch kids are playing, what do you want to do? You want to show up. You want to make a name for yourself.
Right. And just like AAU, if you're, if going against a 4-star wide receiver or whatever the case may be, and you do well,
eyes are on you.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. I definitely think, to also answer your question, I think the benefit is if you're one of the skill players, you get to show your skill more, because in high school or wherever you're at, normally you do everything's very traditional, but like 7-on-7, you get to be more creative. So like athleticism wins.
Right.
That part,
and right,
that is true.
And think in real football, how many times do you run the ball in a game? So for wide receivers that only get 3 to 5 targets a game, in 7-on-7, they're getting that in a drive. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
yeah, that's true.
Definitely,
it's just way more targets, way more looks.
And it's fun.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like because they don't have like running plays and big linemen in there in the trenches, there's less injuries.
Well, they do have runs.
Okay,
they do have runs in some tournaments, but like you said, it's not excessive. You're not going to see people out there. Like you said, the point is to pass the ball.
Right.
And I totally back you in that, because some kids can be in a top-notch program and they're not going to get as many targets as the top-notch kids, so they're not going to really get a chance to see what they can do.
Right.
But 7-on-7, like you said, everybody's getting targets, So I definitely, in regards to the question though, yes, no injuries. There's, very rarely do you see kids out there getting hurt, or else these 4-star, 5-star kids wouldn't do it.
Right,
and quarterback is a non-injury because
there's no such thing as a sack. You get a 4-second sack.
Yeah, they have somewhere you can rush, but I mean, it's virtually you don't see too many
touch.
injuries.
Yeah, 2-hand touch. Right.
Yeah. As a QB, it's a plug, low key. Now that you just said it that way, because you truly get to just show your throwing ability.
Well, and it's decision making, right?
Yeah.
Because like a lot of quarterbacks get like in actual games, they get to extend plays if the pocket breaks down. This, you don't get that. You get a countdown to 4 seconds or whatever it is, and it's like, how fast can you get through your reads? How fast can you make the quick decision?
Yeah.
And who do you trust?
Right.
Because a lot of these teams, man, the top-notch programs, and I, like I said, I give love. We struggled this year, but I mean, you look at the teams like Triple Threat, you look at Justice teams, and they're well put together. Mm-hmm. They've got athletes from all over, the top-notch athletes on their teams. They're all pretty disciplined. They all, play as a team. They practice. And they go to tournaments everywhere. So not just here. So you can't just say the Idaho boys can't play in Florida.
I've seen, who Destroying is?
Yeah.
I've seen videos with Idaho teams on there. I'm like, God damn, go ahead. Yeah. I'm like, put on. Hell yeah.
We hold it down.
And it's funny because it's obviously 95% white boys, but they be still going bananas. Yes. They be getting the underdogs and be putting on. So.
They do.
Definitely.
But I'll say this though too, and this is a testament to like, and I'm gonna give Justice love, but man, he brings the brothers from all over. Like, I look at the teams the last 4-5 years that they've had teams. I'm like, man, where the hell you get this brother hat? Because I'm gonna recruit my ass off.
Did you just grow this nigga in the backyard?
I'm like, man, what the hell they got? And it's more because Idaho has grown. Right. So you see a lot of my generation. They had kids, and then their kids had kids. So now you got you. It's
and plus everybody who's moved here from out of state.
Bingo.
Bingo.
So, yeah.
Like,
no.
It's if just thinking about it, like when we were in high school and shit, there wasn't Hawaii, there wasn't Mountain View, there wasn't Rocky Mountain, there wasn't Ridgeview. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't these, and it's nigga. I'm getting old, but nigga, goddamn, you know how many high schools have been built since I graduated? It's only been like 15 years.
Look, that's you took the words right out of my mouth.
They got a what?
They got a 6. They created a 6A bracket.
Yeah.
which is huge.
Hold on, we got 6A
in
now?
Idaho. Boise is 6A.
Oh, wow, I
bracket.
didn't know that.
A full just came out like the other day.
Okay, then that makes sense.
Is
So,
Lions are boring in 6A?
hell no,
No, I
nigga.
think they're
You know,
They're 5A.
I think
you
they're
know,
five.
Who's in
damn well
the
that-
6A?
All the
I would think it would have to be attendance
There's
based.
like 20 teams.
That's what I'm saying. I
It's
just
crazy. I'm
named
about to pull it
8
up.
teams
There's
that you
not
never even
20
heard of.
there's
Hey,
not-
look, I'm gonna be real with you. There's at least 15 to 20 teams in that bracket, in each bracket, from 5A down to 2A.
Bruh, and that's what I'm saying. Like at my work, they do the games there, the high school tournament, you know, and they didn't have 6A this past year.
Because it's
Yeah.
6A in the whole state of Idaho. So if you have the 8, just like in the Treasure Valley, they've added one in Lewiston. Probably they've added
Right,
one
yes,
in
right.
Maybe Moscow.
Right.
Doubt it, but
Nampa maybe, or
Nampa
one of the
has
Nampa
some.
schools.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Like Rigby.
so
Yeah, shout
who's-
out to Boise Sports Talk, by the way.
Boise. Boise.
Yeah.
Bora has to be in 6A. I was about to say, bro.
We are District 3.
Yeah. I was
Boise,
like,
I did.
Bora,
I thought they were
Caldwell,
five.
Capital,
I was like, what?
I thought they were five.
Centennial, Eagle, Cuna, Meridian, Mountain View, Nampa, Owyhee, back-to-back basketball champions.
Yeah, their men's team is cold.
Ridgeview, Rocky, Timberline, and then District 1 is CDA, Coeur d'Alene, Lake City, Post Falls, Madison, Rigby, T Ridge, and then District 4 is C Ridge, and District 5 Highland.
Highland.
Ridge.
Okay.
C Ridge.
Dang, that's fire.
What about
But yeah, that's
15?
crazy.
Yeah, that's a gang of teams.
How many?
22.
22 teams in 6A.
How many?
And most of them are from Meridian, Eagle, Boise area.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, that is wild. That's
Yes,
so
sir.
so
for
bananas.
7-on-7, how many 7-on-7 teams are there in the Treasure Valley?
Man, it's grown so much, man. It used to have like 3 OG programs that was around for, and now, just to my understanding, and I'm just kind of rough guessing here, we got to have at least 14, 15
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
or more.
That's a lot.
14, 15. They have teams up north.
And
They
how
have teams
fast
up
did
south.
that grow from like
Man,
the 3 teams?
And 3 years, and 3 and 4 years, man.
Did you have one? Didn't you have one of the first 7-on-7
Yeah,
teams?
well, yeah, I came out like a
Yeah,
little bit after
yeah.
Triple Threat.
He said, well,
yeah, you know me, Triple Threat.
3 OGs.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, I'm gonna claim that one. No,
Yeah.
we are one of the staple programs, man. We've been around for a while, man.
You
so.
you see the hat and the shirt. That boy started coming from the mud, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can't say the same, can you? Fuck boy, puss ass.
What the fuck ever? Okay.
All right,
How-
real quick,
okay.
sorry. Who's the best 7-on-7 team in the state right now?
Triple Threat.
And that is
Triple Threat. That's Steve Martinez's team. They also have a basketball program. Triple Threat's that's and overall.
okay.
They are good basketball.
Is that team made up of one school, or is that team made up of all stars of all types of schools?
They've had a bevy. I mean, they try to keep it, because the quarterback, they've had the back-to-back quarterbacks, the brothers, Zeke and I'm trying to think of his brother's name, but they had back-to-back state. I mean, of course, they've been in state almost every year now for the last 4 years. So they had. They try to keep the team comprised of the kids that are on the team, so they keep that core chemistry. But they've also had kids like from all over, all-star kids want to come play for them.
wow.
So the 7-on-7, it's just summer? Is it spring, summer? Is it?
You could travel to tournaments, right?
Yeah, it's just a season. It goes from normally from January to May. You really want to have the kids out before they start doing their high school stuff.
Okay. Cost wise, can anybody play?
Anybody can play.
Anybody can play.
Anybody can play.
And how does that take place?
It takes place by normally, you have kids that they do sponsorships, or you can have them go out and do sponsorships. You can have kids who they want to help their friends out. A lot of times, other parents will cover other kids. And then, of course, for some of the, I can imagine, for some of the top-notch programs, they're not telling kids to pay.
Right,
They're not paying. They're not paying.
They got
we paying
boosters.
you.
Right.
We paying you. They give you
We gonna
gears,
get you cleats and-
everything,
right.
gloves. So for us,
Dang, at this age?
Yeah, that's
kidding me?
that's the thing is
Oh.
you get with the right people, you can get a sponsor for anything,
facts.
and that's exactly where we plug Colin. You know,
Call it. 2-0.
but yeah, 639-0412.
That was fire.
Oh, okay.
That was
Did
fire.
you have a question?
No, But just to his point, it's like, you know how much money is in the state, and all it takes is one. If he's a dad of a kid who wants to play, and we're the coaches, and he has bread, and he's like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and throw 10 bands at this and use it as a write-off and get all the kids gear and cleats and plane trips to, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
have you ran into, hey, I'm paying this $10,000. My son needs to be starting. I don't care if little Trayvon is actually better than everybody here.
Yeah, how does that work?
I was just going to ask you, is there politics?
Because, obviously it's not, I don't want to say it's not a real league, because it is a real sport. It's football, but it's not like 11 on 11 or a 5-on-5 game for school or whatever. Mm-hmm. So how does that work for...
Man, I'll be honest with you. It's the best of the best. And these kids, it's funny. It's because a lot of these kids, some of them will come out, and depending on how you run your program. And I say, just like when me and Kills just talk, hey, look, I'm hard on the kids when they come out there. Not hard to where I'm putting them down, but practice with me, it's going to be hard. Right. You're going to have to go through it. I'm going to know who the starters are. And just like anything else, the kids, they got it in them. Mm-hmm. Because you see it at practice. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And if you can't perform at practice, you're not going to perform in the game. I don't care what nobody tells you, because we got to have chemistry. So 9 times out of 10, the kids kind of know, and they kind of rank kind of where they're at. But me being real, I'll let you know where you at, so I'll let you know what you need to do.
Work on to get better.
But also, here's the great thing about it. It's just like with AAU basketball. Look, I'm not carrying 20 kids.
Right.
I'm carrying 12 to 13, max 14. Right. Mm-hmm. So, if you dedicate yourself to just playing, and this is what I tell the kids too, what do you play better at? Are you better on offense, or are you better on defense? Because if you better on one, then you might as well stick there. Right. And then you got kids
get those reps in, right?
Yeah, exactly. But then that way I can kind of split the kids, and that way they don't have to argue because somebody's starting somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Kind of have, okay, coach, a little trick and trade, boy. Yeah.
So another question is, because there's not like a committee, I don't think, like there's no head person that you have to report to with anything. Is there any politics at all? Or is it as straightforward as it comes?
No, it's not as straightforward as it comes.
It's
always, you know what? I'll be real with you, man. We've had a lot of stuff happen to us and with us, man. And then also, it is kind of like politics. They won't like a lot of these bigger tournaments, like the battles and the this and that. Like they only will take the top notch teams that they figure that are ranked. Mm-hmm. But you never know, because some of our kids can't get to some of these tournaments. Mm-hmm. Right. So it's hard for us to get ranked when you got a tournament that's $1,000 and you got kids that can barely pay a $600 fee to get on the team. Right. So it's got to make sense. But there is, it's not too heavy, because I'll be honest with you, and I'm gonna keep a buck. Those top notch teams that they're inviting, they're good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Got you.
There's a reason why they're there. Yeah. So you don't want to go and get embarrassed, because then that's even worse. You know what I mean? So you got to kind of know where you fall in. But just on the local level, there's a little politics going on. They expect and they root for certain teams to win, just as how it is, because their programs have won before.
Got you.
All right. So locally, there used to be just like Optimus football. Now there's like I-9 football.
Optimus football.
Then there's Treasure Valley side-by-side football. And then you'd be like, oh, your kid play football? Yeah, he's a killer. I'm like, what league is he in? He's like, oh, he's in Susan B. Anthony 64. Gets a different league.
Marie Callender.
I'm like,
what the fuck?
Oh, okay. I'm like, does he play on the junior high team, or... No, he just does this. I'm like, he's a killer of what?
You said he's 13 playing flag football. What the fuck are you...
Is of the 14 teams, is it 14 legit teams? Is it now spread so thin where some of them are just... People are paying just so their kids are playing 7-on-7, but they ain't really competitive or whatnot?
You know what? I'll be perfectly honest with you, man. We don't have that much around up here like that, man. A lot of these kids are super... I've watched... And I'm going to give Boise and Idaho they credit, man. I've watched for the last 20 years. I've been here for 20 plus. And I've seen how the athletes were then, where you had like just a few. But now it's like, man, they got these.
I agree.
Man,
there's
kids,
dogs.
I'm not going to lie.
You got mamas. You got some dogs.
I go play pickup ball like 3-4 times a week. And I'm seeing little white boys get up and like yam two-handed. I said, they got... God damn, Jacob, chill out. Fuck you. Tyler's windmilling and shit. Fuck.
Yes. And stealing the ball from you.
I'm convinced, though. Like, we had to figure it out But then once you get to create social media, you get to post about it, you get to see about it.
You see it nonstop.
They have every free luxury.
Right.
Like every tool possible. It doesn't matter how much money you have as long as you have a cell phone.
Think, we used to wait for And One to come on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like these niggas can see it on a click of a button.
Right. It does bother me that everybody has a highlight tape. Like growing up,
you averaged 3.7 points in high school. Yeah. You averaged 3.7.
Everybody.
And 4 fouls and a rebound and 1 assist.
Over his 4-year career, he put together a 13-minute highlight reel. And you're like, damn, you're going crazy. But it's like, no, those are all 286 of my points over 42 games.
Right, he said that's my one clip from every game in my whole high school career.
Yeah. Like we had to get, like you had to really be solidified growing up to even have somebody pretend they was going to take their time.
Put a tape together for you.
Man, it was hard work.
And you had to be one of the top-notch players.
Yes.
So nobody was looking.
Yes.
So, speaking of top-notch players, I like that you said that, boy. Good transition. He didn't even need to do that. Who's the top player? Who's the kid from Idaho that when he shows up to the tournament, everybody's like, oh, there's... Or, you know, like...
Okay.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I know you don't want to disrespect him, but you can put like a blanket five.
You can do like a top 3 or top 5 or whatever. But I asked this because I always wondered that, you know, like coming from small town like Idaho. I'm born and raised here. Boise was, you know, little as fuck when I was born. You know, compared to now, it's way bigger. So,
are we talking present, or can I just give? I give a couple?
Let's do both.
Let's do both. We can do one of overall and do a couple present.
Shout out to Colin Lano with Lano Insurance. He has been a proud sponsor of the Random Realness Show for over a year. Call Colin if you need home insurance, life insurance, motorcycle insurance, boat insurance. Call Colin. If you live in Idaho, Utah, Montana, or Oregon, call Colin. Where? 208-639-0412. Call Colin.
Okay. Present right now, you know, I have to give it up to Meridian's quarterback, Zeke Martinez, man. Just totally composed, makes the right throws, makes the right reads, you know, has a great arm.
He sounds like he's going to be at Nebraska soon.
He ain't the biggest guy, but he finds a way. He does it in 7-on-7. He does it in the pads. So if you do it in the pads,
where does he play in the pads?
He's Meridian.
Okay.
And then you know you got Noah Burnham over there at Eagle. Which the dude is just electric, man.
What position he play?
He can play anything, man. He's just a weapon.
Noah Burnham,
and then you got Ryan Brecky. Brecky's the ginger. You know, I mean, the man is just, I mean, he catches everything. And then
height.
He's not the biggest kid. He's maybe 6'2".
Okay.
But Noah's shorter guy. Noah's like 5'7", 5'8", you know. So, but I mean, he's just crazy.
And then you said
overall, man, best in the state I've seen. Well, you know, and it wasn't, I mean, just an absolute, but Colston, of course, he's at Michigan right now. Colston was just a man child, you know, and he's still doing the same thing now in college. So he's made a great transition.
That's the tight end that's at Michigan.
Was from Gooding.
What's his last name? Loveland. That's right.
That national champ or that playoff game against Bama, all of a sudden they said something about Idaho. I perked up. I said, what? And then I'm looking and I'm like, damn, he's big as fuck. Oh, okay. And
you seen that catch across the middle?
Yeah, I'm like, he's following the rules. He's blocking on runs. He's blocking on the pass.
That's the only nigga he was watching the rest of the game.
But I was pissed because I had all my winnings rolled into the Bama game to beat Michigan. So I'm like, they're gonna turn it up in a second, dog. And so I'm watching this dude from Idaho, them cleaning me out. It was a sad thing, but that dude he's the truth.
He impacted the game
for
sure.
He's
gonna go to the NFL.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Okay,
he just seems so disciplined because it's not just one thing that he's good at. He kills at everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like he did his best at everything. Every possession.
Yes.
And he played at Gooding High.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. I would have think that maybe they would have moved him to like closer.
In Michigan? Was he a freshman this last year, or is he?
This is last year right here.
Oh, he's
after
a senior.
This, he's going out.
Okay.
With junior, I think he's junior. One is senior.
Okay.
Okay.
Crazy. I definitely didn't expect you to say it tight end.
For him, this is the best time for him to go.
Yes.
You ain't going to have a better showing than you just showed. Can't nobody question nothing.
This is going to be his year. He should be maybe the second. He should be the first, in my opinion, not just being biased. Mm-hmm. He should be the first hand selected on the board next year. And he should be nothing less than I'm going to give you real, like top 15. Top 20 pick, easy.
You seen what we took? Shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I love what we took. We took Jake Bauer, and I was hoping that we didn't because we got Colston.
I know.
I wanted to go get Michael Penix, but that's another story. You know, he flew off the board too damn quick.
Yeah, I was hoping we tried to move up for a quarterback, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
I saw a news article that said, should you guys give Dak a blank check?
Dak,
I said it to your brother. Were you on that text thread? Or I just said it to you? Yeah, you just ignored it. Yeah. But I thought this was hilarious.
If we're retarded if we give Dak a
your brother said we got a quarterback and a second quarterback. We don't need. I said who are you guys got?
The same niggas that make it to the playoffs and don't win, just like Dak. What you talking about?
Okay,
he said, "Damn."
As a coach,
yes, sir,
you're doing God's work. It feels like either you're a college coach, overpaid, or you're doing God's work.
Yes, sir.
Has the game changed at all to where the coaches are getting compensated? In the 7-on-7, is there? Is it even close to making a living wage?
For the love of the game,
man. You know what? A lot of coaches, man, especially in these top-notch programs, a lot of these guys are doing it for the love, man. I mean, of course, with the bigger programs, you got sponsorships, so they're paying for these kids to get there. They're paying for you to get there.
Right.
They're
you don't have to come out of pocket.
So exactly. So I mean, it's worth it. It's a benefit to a local guy like myself or like some of these other programs. I mean, I don't have a big program, so I don't have a whole bunch of people kicking and throwing me money. If you do, it allows you to do certain things. So, of course, I mean, I don't know how the money's being worked behind the scenes. I'm not going to insinuate anything, but I mean, hell, you kind of your program runs itself.
As a coach, can you pay your mortgage with it or your rent with it,
no.
or get a car payment on it? So that's why I'm saying it's like God works.
You can't pay nothing. Maybe a ticket to go to where you got to go.
That's what I'm saying.
Big said, nigga, pick out your glove size and be okay with it. Nigga.
No, we just do it, man. I did it a lot of, man, why I started coaching and why I continue doing it, because you just got that passion for it, man. You don't want to give it up. You figure, man, sitting around on the couch, man, I'm getting bigger, I'm getting fatter, but I don't want to get too bad. I say, man, I got to do something. So, I want to still continue doing it after the boys left, man. I figured, the 7-on-7 is lightweight. It's not with the school, so I can be myself, what I mean? I don't have to worry about the backlash of anything, and then also still have fun with the boys.
I want to ask a question, transition real quick.
Okay.
You're not the biggest person I met. How you get the name Biggs?
I used to be big.
Okay.
I used to be bigger than what I am right now. I used to be 340 pounds, 330 pounds.
Okay, big boy.
I was a big man.
I was 375.
So I was a big man,
Oh, you guys guaranteed used to beef back in the day and didn't know it.
No, hell no.
No, I'm just joking.
No. If I saw other big niggas with swag, I'm like, salute. It's hard out here.
Right.
It's hard out here.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes,
so when'd you lose your weight?
Man, 2008.
Okay, so it's been a minute.
Yeah, 2008, 2009.
Okay. Making progress. I love y'all both. I see you. Keep it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's hard. Don't look over here. I ain't losing it. I done gained it back. Couldn't tell where you
said you gained a back?
Pretty much, yeah. Low key, I'll take that, yeah.
All right.
Hey, how, with the first time you guys heard big back as like this new like slang, have you heard it?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like crying.
That's like calling somebody fat.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at her big back.
Yeah.
She big back.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
He got a big old back.
I think it's hilarious. Except for when little ass people use it. Yeah. Like when little people use it around, if you big back, then I'm big whale. Like what you do? Like you don't get to be a big back. Yeah. I'm not even a big back yet.
You said I can't even see your back. What the fuck?
This is random. I was going down to Ruben's wedding back in the day, and we stopped in Las Vegas, and we went and walked the strip. And I was walking, and there's like,
this is when you were still heavy.
Still heavy, yeah. And so I see that there's like girl like like I think she was like working or something.
She was
anyway,
selling something.
She looked at me, she smiled, and she goes, "Ooh, that's a Louisiana fatback right there." I'm sitting like, I'm smiling, I'm like, Jesus.
First of all,
but she didn't say it like in a derogatory way.
If I were you, I would have put the cheeseburger down and fucked that bitch up.
Oh my god,
Doug! But I'm telling you, she said it like she
was
inspired
fucking
one of her
with
people, like family, like, "Ooh boy, that's a no neck fat bag." Okay, like it was hella. Yeah,
that's wild.
All right,
Damn,
that's wild to say.
We're gonna transition back to football real quick. What's the biggest team that you've played? Like the biggest name, or the biggest coach, or the best player that you've gone against?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. Tucson Turf.
Okay.
Tucson Turf. We battled with them a little bit.
they have Ryan Clark's son on there or something.
No. This was way back when they had, everybody on the team was going somewhere. It was going D1 somewhere, but the team was just littered with just all D1 athletes. We went in there and we actually shocked them. Actually went 3-0 that day.
Okay.
Yeah, we beat them. Yeah, we did beat them. It was a battle. You know what I'm saying? They got into a little, scuffle.
Some chippy shit.
Yeah, it was getting chippy.
Yeah.
But Tucson Turf would probably be the big. Well, we played a lot of teams out of Cali that were super good too. I'm trying to think, man. We have played against what's it called, West Coast. Gosh, man, all the teams from the Bay. I can't. Names aren't hitting me right now.
Did you guys play against Spencer James? Spencer James from Crenshaw High? Huh? The real Spencer James? Did y'all see that?
He's got a team?
Yeah, Spencer James. Who's else on his team? Did you ever go against Coach...
what is happening?
Baker? You go against Coach Baker?
Yeah, he's going to All American.
Have you seen All American on Netflix? Yeah. Coach Baker.
Okay.
He got boys down there.
Stupid as hell. What about like you played like Trilly Boys or like Destroying's teams?
We played a bunch of teams from Atlanta, man. We played pretty much every team you can think of. You know what I mean? The Trillion Boys are kind of fairly new, but we haven't played against them yet.
Okay.
We were going to play against them at the Pylon tournament, but we didn't wind up going.
Okay.
No, I mean this last year, man. It's kind of we kind of stayed a little bit more local.
Okay.
Of course, to go to those other tournaments, you got to have the kids all buy in. They got to be able to travel, and you don't pay for travel, so it just makes it kind of hard.
And organizing all that shit.
Well, no, organizing it ain't bad. My wife is on top of it. We're on top of that because we've been doing, like we said, we've done this for the kids, man. I coached on my son's teams, man. For 20 years we've been doing it, but it makes it hard when the pool you picking from now because
it's so thin.
It's so thin. Yeah, you got the best. Like Triple Thread, Justin, them. They getting all the top notch players. So you got to get kids that are kind of underneath the covers, or maybe they don't have enough money to pay and they can't play for this team. So, but we played against. Years past. You name them, we've played against them. Played against Houston or Fast Elite out of Houston. We played against a lot of the best teams, man, and actually stood and held our ground. Didn't get blowed out.
Yeah.
Your one-on-one coaching.
Yes, sir.
How did you develop that? What's your technique style? What do you?
Oh, man, my technique style, man, is a little, it's grown. Now I'm more of a laid back. And I wouldn't say laid back, but it's just the practice, the reps. So as long as we're at practice and we're getting the reps and everybody's focused at practice and we can get the chemistry down, we kind of learn what everybody's doing. Then I'm kind of fun. And then game day, for 7-on-7, you kind of that's kind of going back to what you said, Kells. That's why a lot of the kids play because they can just be themselves. They don't have to be. You don't have to be like straight edge. You can celebrate, hit a back flip.
Right.
You can
Have
do the
fun.
celly. You can do your own. You can do your thing, man. You get a little light for it. So, but my style now is more just, hey, look, let's get these reps in. Let's pound it. So then when we get there, we can have fun.
Right.
You're doing that in your one-on-one sessions, if they want to hire you as a personal trainer for their son.
Yes, which I've had a lot of kids. I've done personal training now for 8-9 years too. So no, it's different. I try to all gas, no brakes. Really, what we try to do is just here's the thing. A lot of kids are talented, but they don't really want to push themselves, right? So then you got to what I say is I want to create more horsepower in a kid. So you can be a 400. By the time I'm done with you, I want you to be 800 horsepower. I want you to be able to every fucking play. You can rep your ass off. You can be there at practice, and you looking at practice what is this? I do. This is what I don't even do this.
I'm not even sweating.
This is nothing, And then the kid talent will always rise to the top. So once you don't have to be tired, and your feet can think, and your mind can think at the same time, and then you got the motor, you can go.
Do you have a specialty position, or are you a focus coach on speed or endurance or?
You know what, man? To be honest with you, I would say my specialty, man, is actually just kind of it's footwork.
Okay.
It's footwork. So for the big guys, the linemen, I try to make sure their feet are nice and they can move them and slide and be able to get to where they got to get, not be off balance. For running backs and skill guys, it's okay. Look, how do I make my moves? How do I get off of this? What am I doing? Am I thinking? Am I thinking too much? So I kind of, and then also we want to build with them is just a little bit more technique. Right. So then that way they kind of know what to do in this situation if you in it.
Right.
Yeah, when you made your comment about fatigue, sorry guys, allergies is crazy. When you get to the point where you can create a player that was even a scale from 1 to 10, if you have somebody that's a 4 and they're able to be a 4 for every single rep in a game, it immediately makes them like a 6 or a 7. And it's crazy. Like, people don't understand how important like being in shape is in sports, especially football, because it's just repetitive and like it's so interesting how small a detail could be that makes it different.
Right. For linemen, even getting in the stance is tiring. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that seems exhausting.
Yeah, think it's the fourth quarter, nigga. You've been on the field for 12 plays in a row. You said, all right, here we go.
Right, every play you really out here using your legs,
and arms.
Right.
The only thing that I think is better about offense and defensive line is the big impacts of like a back getting
broke through.
Yeah, like if he wins the shoulder charge or he wins the play, he's not going to be hurt. But when that linebacker wins, that running back's taking like a car crash. And linemen, it's like you're firing off right at the beginning, but it's not that like
impactful.
Yeah,
no. You're not full speed
on a pool.
Right.
Yeah, unless you're on a pool and somebody lines you up, like you be like, oh, I'm about to go trap, and that linebacker traps you. They're like, oh, bro, you're done. Right. But so to the thing of like linemen, I feel like I don't think the CTE level is going to be as high on the offense and defensive linemen, even though it's brutal down there as compared to running backs, linebackers, wide receivers that touch the ball all the time, quarterbacks, because every time a quarterback takes the hit, it's
impactful.
Whiplash or there's two people hitting them.
Because they have to be throwing the ball like they're not going to get hit.
Yeah.
They got to open up like
you can't be tense and try to throw it.
Yeah, that sounds.
No, for
this time it sounds crazy. It's wild, actually.
It's really wild.
What?
Chris Brown's VIP photo shoots, nigga. He be out here getting all the ass, but not really. I mean, he could not like he couldn't. But 11 is what he getting paid.
Yep, $1,111
for girls to get freaked out.
For anyone to take a picture of your choice.
Yeah. Anybody to get freaked out.
Oh my gosh,
he's a genius for this. This is the best.
Okay. Can you pull up a picture where a straight man took a picture?
Oh, you're crazy. Absolutely, I can.
Okay.
You said, I'll wait. What did Cat Williams say? He's like,
don't worry, I'll wait.
He's like, what's the uniforms over there?
All right, what do you think about that?
Hey, you know what?
$1,111.
I don't put it past anybody now, man. This is wild, man. I wish this would have been around 20 years ago because we definitely would have been paid. It's wild.
He said we would have been paid.
Yeah, I would have been paid.
It's crazy to think how many he does in one session. And he's doing it in every city.
Every show.
Like every place he goes to.
He's humble enough to even be willing to do it. Like to actually throw it out.
Humble enough. He's taking $1,000 from everybody. He said he's humble enough.
Whoa, because there could be an artist that would be like, I'm not going to do that.
I'm not gonna
look like that. There's somewhere he's
let me put it to you
the
like
Kmart boyfriend girlfriend picture over the top of him, and it's like,
but nigga,
that's wild.
Think he takes 100 pictures in 2 hours. He just made $100,000 in 2 hours, my dog. He don't give a fuck about what he said. You want me to take my socks and shoes off for this next photo?
I get it, but there's no way he's the first person that was ever presented that didn't like turn it down because they're like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Because of whatever, ego or whatever. But he's like, what?
Well, that's fire.
Why can't I'm not seeing that he's
also, you do understand like 90% of his fans are women.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So why you keep trying to correct me?
Because men are doing it. You're saying girls and men are doing it.
You followed it with the 99.9% is female. And you just gave you your 0.01%.
And she just took 5 minutes to find one suspect photo.
And this is just after the concert, straight to photo.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm hearing you're saying that he's donating that money.